Hello, friends. My name is Elise, and I am a grad student in the Office of Student Involvement.
My name is Manee. I'm also a grad in the Office of Student Involvement as well.
We're here at the University of Wisconsin River Falls, and we have a project where we are supposed to talk about the use of technology within higher education. We chose the platform Periscope because I think that there is a lot of cool ways that we could integrate this into a collegiate setting that would alleviate and utilize some new techniques for students through social media.
Yeah, so let's get started. So we just kind of looked at a quick at the website of Periscope and just kind of looked at what's the purpose of Periscope in general, and we found that Periscope lets people explore the world through the eyes of somebody else's life. So it's like kind of like a live stream of ideas, sharing platform for people to share their views and video and their lives to get an instant gratification of followers. And we noticed that with the hearts and the
We have
followers.
some people following us right now, which we're really nervous. We've never done this before, so we're like excited, and we were just laughing like, oh my gosh, we're going to be live. It's kind of like giving a speech to the world, which is cool in a way for students to practice or meet people, really. Some people are joining us right now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Hi.
So we have to talk about some positives and maybe some weaknesses within the Periscope platform. So some positives is, like we just said, we're connecting with people in real time right now. And as we learned within our technology course so far, the way that students interact within social media and getting that instant gratification of the hearts, the likes, people following them really is the way that students interact these days. And so how we can utilize that is Periscope is a great avenue. It also, you can see things from the beauty of your phone around the world. So there's lots of ways that you can search things through hashtags. You can listen to people talk about their passions. You can watch people make food. You can watch people traveling. You really can see different perspectives that you maybe wouldn't have access to by being stationed at a college. You can create some fun videos like we're doing right now.
Yes.
So it really creates creativity and allows students who maybe, hey Felicia, we're doing our project right now on live. Do you want to
Yeah, do you wanna say
on
hi?
Periscope Live? This is the beauty of it. You get to be live
Yeah.
in real time.
Hi.
Felicia's here.
Good.
It's great.
Okay, cool.
But the cool thing too with Periscope is it's public for everyone. So anyone can really see it, but also there's some features where you can create just a certain group. So if you just want a certain group of people to see your videos, you can utilize it in that way, kind of creating a friend group in that regard, or making sure that you don't, if you're not as comfortable with the world seeing your thoughts to begin with, you can kind of utilize it within a smaller group. People can ask questions, so people can ask in real time what you're talking about, which really creates that interaction piece that we think is a really cool thing of Periscope. And lastly, you can share your video. Hey, hello. See, people are talking
How's
to
it
us.
going?
It's great. But you can share your video. It lasts for 24 hours, so that's something that we're trying to figure out. How do you save it? Because we've seen some videos. We'll show that in a second. We've seen some videos that aren't actually real time, that they were real time at one point, but we're trying to figure out how do we save things to be longer.
Hey, how's it going?
But there's definitely some cool things that this avenue does that other avenues do not do.
Right. So hi for those that just joined. We're just talking. We're new to Periscope, and we're doing kind of a course on how Periscope works
From
for
Turkey.
colleges.
Hi.
Turkey.
We're from the United States, from Wisconsin, River Falls. It's called. It's a small town in Wisconsin.
Yeah, so we're just talking about, we're new to Periscope, so we're just talking about the positives and the kind of setbacks of Periscope and how it can be utilized on college campuses. So now we're just going to talk about kind of like the weaknesses or like some challenges that Periscope has. One thing that we've noticed that Periscope has is that random people can put up negative comments, basically, and you can't really control that. You can basically block them, and anyone can block them, which is kind of cool, but you can't control like who's coming in and saying negative things. Once they come in and say something, then we know that they're a negative person who says some negative things in our kind of video. So that's one kind of weakness or challenge that Periscope has, that we can't really control. The broadcaster can't really control that. It's live, so we can't really revise anything. So this is literally improv right now, and so we screw up. I think that's kind of cool. Hello, hi everyone. Hello, welcome. So that's kind of a challenge to kind of be. Oh, you're going to America. Yeah, well, stop by in Wisconsin.
Yeah, cheese curds. Lots
Yes.
of cheese curds.
Yeah, a lot of cheese curds. Our college also makes cheese. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, being live is just kind of unique, and you just gotta go with it and answer your questions. Yeah, no problem. So the live video also deletes within 24 hours, so you can't really Periscope. You can't really save the video, so it's gonna be gone in 24 hours. But you can replay it, so that's kind of cool. Another challenge is that Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram also has this live feed as well. And I think everyone is jumping on board on this like live sharing experience, and so I think personally Periscope started this, and now everybody wants to get on it. So that could be a challenge too, because a lot of the other social medias have it. And so is Periscope going to go down, or is the other social medias going to be extending or having more interest in this because they have it? Thanks for the hearts. We love it.
Yes.
And it's also, we just found out that it's also connected to the Twitter account. How long does the Facebook Live feed last? We're not sure. That's a good question. I just know that the Facebook Live, it's a different platform. We just used it for one of our events today. I don't know how long it is. I don't know how long they had it, but I know that they have one. So, and now they have this kind of, the Facebook also has Snapchat experience
Feature,
too.
yeah.
So that's kind of unique as well.
Seems like everyone's kind of getting on the same train. But the cool thing with Periscope is it strictly is live feed.
Yes.
So we thought that was almost positive, where in terms of if you're looking for what's happening now, you can search via the hashtag. So you can look up travel, you can look up things where with Facebook Live, you already have to be following that group. What is their Snapchat name? UWRF involvement.
WRF get involved.
UWRF get involved. We can maybe type that in a second, but we have something. We'll try to type that in a second. But yeah, something cool is you strictly are looking at live videos, where with other platforms you kind of already have to be following those avenues or institutions in order to see the live feed.
Whereas kind of Periscope is kind of free for all. You can post it up to your friends, followers, or the whole world.
Some ways that we thought this could contribute to student development or the student affairs setting is because we're getting all these questions and these instant gratification. We know in our world that it feels good to get those comments, to get those likes. There's research out there that people look at their cell phones a number of times, even if they know there's not a text, because you get endorphins from feeling liked. So thanks for the hearts. We're feeling a lot of love.
Thanks. Love the green hearts.
But that is something cool that we know students respond to, and so using this as a platform in an academic setting or also in like a co-curricular student affairs setting is something that we think could be utilized well. It's interactive. It's different than a virtual tour because you literally are seeing what the person is seeing. So we thought it'd be really cool to utilize within a college tour experience. A lot of schools on their websites maybe have a virtual tour, which it kind of is like Google Maps and you can look around. But this is literally real time. You're seeing what the person is seeing. We did some research on Periscope, and actually various colleges do use them. So this is Boston College, and they took 15 minutes of them going around on their tour. So it's kind of a cool way to get students to be able to see what your college is really like, and kind of help them get a picture or feel for the people who are there doing your live feed. Virtual tours in the academic setting, I think it could be a really cool thing for professors to institute, a way for students to engage, to be able to be live, but also creating those groups that it has could be something where you'd have to watch your peers' speech before they did it, or maybe this is a way that you do it online in an online course. It's really could have a lot of different avenues, and there is research too that utilizing Twitter within a classroom kind of creates positive engagement within the course. So this could just be another avenue that could create that engagement and positive reinforcement.
We also talked about study abroad, and students who go study abroad can go to another country and do a live Periscope experience to their college back at home and kind of see like what a day life is there. Another virtual tour, but in the study abroad essence of another country, which would be kind of unique for students who are afraid to go study abroad or who are scared of a new environment, be able to interact virtually on how the other college from another country looks like or feels like, and how that would make them more prone to study abroad. And that's one aspect that Periscope can probably do to help support students in their engagement on campus. Um,
Yeah, and so we have to address some student development theory within this project. And so, two different theories that we thought of. One is Schlossberg's transition theory, and this platform really, again, showcases what your campus is about. A lot of times in college, we talk about how does the institution feel when you get there. Do you feel like you fit in? Do you picture yourself seeing yourself at this institution? And this platform, you're literally seeing what it's like there. And so, I think it really could be utilized in that regard of helping students know what's about to happen. By utilizing this as an institution, you can talk about the tour that you're going on. You can do various events throughout the year. You can potentially we'll figure out a way to save the videos where you
yes.
could put them on your website that are live, where students can really see what your school is actually like, and not just a virtual tour or something that looks canned but actually is real. So that's Schlossberg's transition theory, helping that transition from figuring out what college actually is like. And
So Chickering's vectors establishes identity because it is online for students who use this. They can showcase what they want their day to look like, and through video. So Periscope has this opportunity for students to really create who they are, what they want, what they want their viewers to see of them, and their kind of world. And that's kind of cool how the Chickering, student development theory, connects to that. And also with the book we're reading right now with Junko, that talks about social media, technology, and higher ed, talks about self-presentation is also something that Periscope can leverage for students to kind of share their day in the life. So, hello.
totally. Yeah, so another question we have to address is inclusive practices that Periscope either hinders or enhances. And we kind of did some research within their page, and the guidelines that Periscope has on their page seem to create an inclusive community, or at least state it, in terms of helping one who's new to Periscope navigate what they can share, what the values of the platform is, and how we can be inclusive community members within this virtual community of a world. So Manee is trying to get to the page right now, but there's some really cool guidelines on Periscope's web address, exactly all the practices to create a safe space. They like the avenue to share your opinion, which is kind of you can share your world and what you think, but also have some nice. They have some ideas if people are trolling you or saying things that you don't want to hear. I do hear you. Sorry, we're just trying to complete our project, but that's awesome that you want to come to Wisconsin.
You should come to Wisconsin.
Totally.
You'll have so much fun. It's kind of humid in the summer, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, it is really great. It's a beautiful place. But the guidelines that they do have really help someone navigate what they can and can't post to create an inclusive community online.
Okay, so I'm gonna pop it up. Guidelines. If you go on the website, they have like a guidelines. It's called Community Guidelines, and it basically just creates this, like what Elise was saying, creating an inclusive community for everyone to kind of share their thoughts and share what they know to the world. Some of the things that they say there is do not post content that depicts pornography or sexual acts, promotes or depicts unnecessary violence or graphic imagery, encourages, promotes, or depicts self-harm or suicide, is spammy. That's kind of like sole purpose of directing users to an external site. That makes sense. Has an unlawful purpose or further illegal activities. Intends to impersonate someone, so that's kind of, don't do that. And infringes on another's intellectual property. So these are the guidelines that you shouldn't do. The website also talks about what not to engage in dialogue or behavior that intends only to incite or engage in a harassment of others. So they tell you not to do that. Don't harass other people. Directly or indirectly threatens or encourages any form of physical violence. Discloses or threatens to expose someone's private information without their consent, and seek to evade a suspension. What does that mean? All suspensions on Periscope apply to the account holder. Okay. By creating additional content. Got it. Yep. So that's kind of like what you shouldn't do that they have on the website. They also have what they're committed to doing part to have a safe community on Periscope. And some of those are kind of broadcasts that you can control who You can control who you can comment in your podcast, which is great. You can select those that are doing harm to others or are doing harms to what your broadcast. If you see any offensive, abusive, and spammy comments made in a podcast, you can tap and actually report that to Periscope, and they'll look into it. If you see something that violates the guidelines, you can also report that as well to the team, so they can look over all that report. You can also find if you may find content that offends you or that you simply don't like but doesn't violate the community guidelines. If that happens, you can unfollow or block the user, so then Periscope can't do anything about that. If you solely doesn't believe in that, then you can just you can block them. But if you come across issues or problems that can't address through the above outlines that we talked about, the guidelines, you can always not notify the Periscope team. They're always there to help with any kind, which is kind of cool. You just click on there and they can help you out. They also ask to seek understanding of the diverse opinions and viewpoints that are represented at Periscope. And then if you find something that you're in disagreement with, oftentimes be resolved by simply disengaging from
Thanks for the heart.
back and forth individuals involved. So just being aware that there's many different perspectives, opinions, values, and beliefs out in Periscope, that it's important to just, you know, understand and have a dialogue, have a respectful dialogue. But if you don't feel like it's hurting you, you should just not engage. So I think they're really awesome guidelines and awesome ways to create a cool community in Periscope, which I appreciate. I think if coming in, not reading this, coming and reading these community guidelines from Periscope really helps me feel comfortable, like being in Periscope.
So overall, we think that this is a cool platform that could be utilized within a collegiate setting. We know that there's other avenues that have this, but we do think that if there's a culture of Periscope on your campus and you create some videos that showcase what you do, you really could get students to get a feel for what your campus is actually like, which is what we all are trying to do, is help students find where they feel like they belong. So Periscope is an avenue to do that. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks.
This is our first live video.
Our first live video. We're almost done.
Are almost done.
Hi,
Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Awesome. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully be on Periscope again.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.